everyone! Welcome back
to the Makers Gonna Learn channel.
Woohoo! We are so excited! Y'all.
This is probably one of my favorite crafts that I've done in a while.
This is a big, and I think the weather is perfect.
Yeah.
Fall is here. I mean, almost here.
Almost here. It's still a little warm.
But we're excited to celebrate
we
early
are.
And get ready for the fall season. Dunkin' Donuts already came out with their fall drink menu.
They did.
Which is huge.
Uh-huh.
And then Starbucks is coming out. We
guesstimated.
Yeah, we thought it might have been today from some articles, but from our further research, we think it's next Tuesday.
Yeah. So the 30th, we're pretty sure is when Starbucks is going to roll out their fall flavors. So this was a guesstimate. We were hoping that it was going to be today. It's not, but guess what? You are going to be 100% prepared for your fall drinks with this cup by the end of this day.
Now it's amazing because Lauren's going to set you up with an amazing project today, which we are so excited to share with you. You've been working on this one for quite a few weeks.
We have. It's basically 3 projects in one.
And it's amazing. Like, you're going to love it. It's so good. But on top of all that, we are blessing all our members today.
Yay! I told you guys yesterday. If you were here yesterday, we said we had a little surprise for everybody. This is it.
Yes.
And I cannot wait.
Yes, I am so excited for that. We are going to be sharing the gift card. We've loaded up a few $100s on a gift card. So if you're a member, go over to the Facebook group and you'll be able to get coffee on us later today. We'll have that posted probably by the end of the live stream. That graphic will be up. And then what you'll be able to do is just let them scan that barcode. We ask that it's like 1 coffee or treat on us. We like to do this every few months. And if you're not a member, today's a great day to join. You can join for half off our monthly membership, $9.99 a month for that first month, and then $19 following until you cancel. So that's incredible. We're so excited to welcome any new member. That promotion ends at the end of the month. So you do want to say yes to that before it is too late. And we're super excited for this amazing project. It's going to be incredible.
Yay!
What's everyone saying? Hey from Tennessee, Kentucky,
El Paso,
Tammy from West Virginia, love
UK.
West Virginia. Oh my goodness, so good to see you guys here on this amazing August morning. How is the weather over your way? Do you feel like it's changing and getting like a little bit cooler in the morning? I will say it was pretty dark when I left my house this morning. It was getting, I mean, there's a transition happening, and when does the time change doesn't happen for a little bit, right? I don't know when the time changes.
Mid-September?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So, but the funny thing is we were talking about this, which
we announced it on the live stream because I was so blown away that there's only one more rotation.
This will fall back this fall, and then we'll spring forward, and the next time we spring forward, we're done.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
It's done.
The time change doesn't change until
November.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Because it changes. The time changes. Like the darkness and everything changes.
I guess it is. Wow, it's way on down the road then.
we were preparing for it to be like today. Meg, that's my mom's birthday. Oh my goodness. Amy says so many fonts. Yes. Are you working with a font today or a cut file?
So what happened was I was working with 2 fonts.
Okay.
And we ended up changing it into a cut file for you guys.
Yay!
So technically it is 2 Makers Gonna Learn fonts, but we've put it together, made it a cut file, so you all don't have to go through all of the work.
Which is amazing. So whether you want to take this idea, this project right here is going to be a great one for you all to say, okay, I don't want to do pumpkin spice, I want to switch it up. You can use this as a guide to grab those 2 fonts and then design something of your own. And you instead of pumpkin spice, you could change it up for
peppermint mocha. I love pumpkin spice, but at heart, I am a true peppermint mocha girl.
Exactly. So you'll be able to do something similar, taking the idea that Lauren has gave you here and turn it into something really incredible. Tracy's pumped. Oh my goodness.
Yes. And I'll actually go through, this is a cut file that we have, but what I can do is I can try to go through and show you guys how I created it.
Yeah.
So that you can take 2 different fonts and kind of create something yourself.
And you'll be able to give them the font names if you remember them, and then it'll be something super good. And I like to grab the font names that other people use and like kind of put them in my back pocket, make sure they're on my computer so that I can grab them. I have been seeing that fonts like Barefoot Joanna, which is like literally one of my favorite fonts for, I feel like it's so versatile and so easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to read. I've been seeing it pop up everywhere. So it's been cool to see that one. And I think you guys are gonna really love these fonts too.
Yep.
But Lauren, there are a lot of people here already.
I know, and I think we've got so many things to do on this table. Like, I love chit-chatting with you guys, but if you want me to get through this in an hour, we're gonna have to get crafting.
Let's get to
Let's
it.
get crafting.
We need to know the supplies, Lauren, that you need for today's project. This is incredible. I'm super excited.
First off, I have some of the supplies, but I have my box of supplies because there are so many supplies for this. However, most of these are things that you should have at your house, most of them. Some of them you will not. So the glitters, and I have actually linked all of the different colors of glitter. We'll go overhead so I can show you guys. I've linked all of these different colors in your supply list. These are all Starcraft glitters. We've got Pirate's Cove, Baked Bronze, Sunbathe, Goldfish, and this one is Don't Be Coy. So these are all the ones. As you can see, we have 2 chunky glitters, and then we have 3 fine glitters. So this is the key when you are making these snow globe tumblers. You do not need to use all fine glitter. You have to use some type of chunky glitter. And I would honestly try my best to do like a, if not 50-50, it needs to be a good majority of chunky glitter.
Now, why do you prefer the chunky glitter? Does it show up better? Do you need to use less of it? Like, what's the secret here?
So the secret sauce for this is the chunky glitter, and I'll turn this upside down. If you use too much fine glitter, it ends up clumping. You can see over here, this fine glitter clumping up right here, but that chunky glitter kind of breaks it apart. So adding that chunky glitter really helps to break that fine glitter apart, and it doesn't clump together, and because it tends to try to stick together when it's all in there and just fine glitter. So that's why you really want a good base of chunky glitter, and these 2 are really, really great, especially the Don't Be Coy is a great one. And it's very versatile. Like, I feel like it could be used with so many different projects because it's an iridescent glitter. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna pick up whatever fine glitter color you have in here, and it's going to reflect that. So this would be a great one to grab because it's not silver, it's not gold, it's got that iridescent color to it. So it's going to pick up whatever color you use.
So Joanne said, does it just give more contrast?
So it does give more contrast, but like I said, if you can see, it's kind of hard. Sometimes it'll chunk up, like right here, we overhead. What happens is that fine glitter just chunks up.
I love it.
And see how it's over here, but that chunky glitter breaks it apart so that it's not so chunky in your cup.
So would you say ideal world, 75% chunky, 25% fine, just to kind of be the filler?
I would say, yeah, or 60-40 is a good.
Yeah, okay.
60-40 is good.
Love
so
it.
Obviously our base is the glitter. You definitely need a double-walled cup. These we just got from Amazon. Now, we are going to be drilling holes in this cup, so just know that it's not going to be vacuum sealed after that, so you're going to get condensation if you use this as a cold cup. Before we break, if you just use it like this, you will not get this condensation on the outside, but no, once we break through the bottom, you are going to, you will get condensation on the outside. So that's just a FYI disclaimer. For the inside, we are using glycerin. Now this is very important. You don't just want to use water. You want to use, we're doing about 1/3 glycerin, 2/3 water, and we're doing it in a squirt bottle. I already have some here. I'll probably mix some more. But this is just, we got this on Amazon. It is linked down below, but just you can get it at Walmart.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yeah, it's very common. But we are using glycerin. That is very important for this cup. And then, let's see.
So pretty much, I mean, let's just recap everything you've got going on today. I mean, we've got, you're drilling through the cup.
Drilling through the cup.
You're adding your glitter, glycerin, water mix.
Yes.
You've got to seal your cup back.
Yes.
we've got to make whatever. We haven't even got to the top, which is beautiful.
Yes.
And we've got a Cricut element.
Yes.
This is going to be amazing.
This is huge.
This is
huge. So I also, here's another one. I used Call Me Captain, and this is going to be for the little whipped cream, so we'll save that for later. That's just a little extra because I like to be a little extra. Today we are using heat transfer vinyl and permanent vinyl.
Woohoo!
So we are teaching you all and showing you all how you can use heat transfer vinyl on top of permanent vinyl. That's what we did with this cup. Because basically I didn't have the color that I wanted in permanent vinyl, and so we had it in heat transfer. I used heat transfer vinyl, ironed it on my permanent, good to go.
Amazing.
You are going to need piping bags if you plan on doing the whipped cream portion. So we're gonna set this over here. We've got cup portion, vinyl portion, whipped cream portion.
Amazing.
Lots of stuff. I just added a little bit of cinnamon on top. Once again, this is just me being extra. You don't have to. This is the start of the whips. We'll tell about that in a minute. If you are going to do the whips, you're gonna need the Fast and Final lightweight spackling. This is very important for this. It's super lightweight, but just a little heads up, this is not going to be dishwasher safe, food safe. So I'm gonna show you two different options for this. One that you can take off and use as decoration, and then if you want to put it on top of the cup, this one I actually attach to the top of the cup. So we're gonna give you two different options today.
It's really cool.
Okay. You're definitely gonna need clear packing tape. This is going to be to help seal the bottom of your cup back. This is a star tip, and this is gonna go with your popping stuff if you are doing the whipped creams.
I just want to give a good disclaimer right now. If you're like, okay, there's a lot of supplies here, I think I have a lot of these on hand, guess what? The description of this video has everything down below. So take a look. We have linked, if you need to grab anything, we've linked it all for you, which is incredible. But let's say you don't want, say you have a lot of these supplies, just go through and be like, check, 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 check. Like I have my own glitter, I have this and that. The supply list is there for you all just to reference and to be support for you, because this project, you are going to want to recreate it.
Yes. Okay, so let's go overhead. I know I said that I use StarCraft vinyl, and that's what we're going to use today, but I found this at Dollar Tree and forgot that I put this in my box. These colors are almost exactly the colors, so if you have a Dollar Tree close, these are 6 different glitter colors that you could use for this tumbler and not have to buy the full bottles from 143.
I love it.
Just a FYI.
You're given lots of options, and I'm
Lots of options, trying to make sure that you all have all the options. So, without further ado, we are going to get started.
This is gonna be awesome.
It is going to be amazing. So let's go overhead, and I'm gonna show you guys what we're gonna do first. So before I start the drilling process, I'm going to mix my glitters in a bowl here. So I want to start out with my chunky glitters and make sure I'm not measuring, I'm measuring with my heart. I like to measure with my heart a lot, especially cooking, crafting, everything else. We just measure with our heart.
If you see Lauren make some mashed potatoes, you know her heart isn't going in the right direction.
Oh yeah, measure with our heart. So the key to this is getting a really, it's hard to give you exact measurements on how much glitter for each cup. So we're just gonna start out with a little bit. We can always mix more. That's what I loved. I like to start out with small, mix more later if you have to. So once again, we're just coming in here and we're gonna measure with our heart. Whoop. Sometimes our heart says more.
So Joanne, we do not recommend using any like plugs and like gluing it. What you're going to see, Lauren's going to explain to you our process, and it's really permanent and it will work really well for you today. Yeah. Another question, I didn't get to see the Dollar Tree glitter. Is that fine glitter or is it a mix?
It's just fine glitter. That's the only thing, is it is just fine glitter. That's why I said this Don't Be Coy is a great glitter to have on hand as a chunky glitter if you plan on making multiple cups, because it is so versatile. So you could actually do your full like 60% base of just this Don't Be Coy if you wanted to. I just really like this Pirate's Cove. So you could do that and then add in your Dollar Tree fine glitter if you didn't think that you were going to use these oranges or any of those much more.
I love it.
So no, the Dollar Tree was not a chunky glitter, so we're just mixing this around. I feel like that's a pretty good place to start because a little, honestly, a little goes a lot further than you think with this cup. So we've got this mixed. What we're gonna do is now we are going to start the process of drilling into our cup. And I did see where Megan said earlier that the drilling part is the scariest, and I can agree, it can be. But using a light finger on your trigger is key when it comes to drilling through your cup. So I'm actually using, the size of this drill bit is 11/64. It doesn't have to be this precise. You just don't want to go too small. This is not going to create a big enough hole to put all your glitter through. So that's why I chose the 11/64. So I'm going to put this in here. Make sure that locks.
This is the hard. I would say this is the hardest part.
Yeah.
This is it. Like if you can do this, have help to do this. Once you do this one time, you're gonna be obsessed with this technique.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna want to do so many of these, like white chocolate mocha one,
Yep.
like all of them.
So this cup was actually my first cup ever doing the snow globe tumbler.
Really?
Yes, it was my very first snow globe tumbler.
We love the snow globe tumbler.
I am obsessed now.
Courtney made like 5, I feel like 5 of them last year, and she got addicted.
I know. Okay, so what we're doing is this center of the screen. We good? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to try your best to get as close to this edge as possible. You don't want to get in toward the middle because then you have you run the risk of putting your drill bit through the second layer, this inner wall. So you want to try your best to get out here to the outer wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this down, and we're just using light pressure. We're going to start drilling through our first wall on this tumbler. So once again, let's get it right here. There we go. And you're going to see the acrylic start curling up. It's okay. You don't want to push very hard. See? And then it comes through. Leave it there. Reverse your drill bit and pull it out. And actually, now that I'm looking at this drill bit may be, it may not be, it may be big enough. We'll see. We'll play around with it. So one thing that I discovered when doing this, some people just do one side. I like to drill through both sides.
Wow.
Because I feel like that allows the air. So when you add the glycerin and water mixture to one side, it kind of pushes the air out through the other side so you don't get a lot of bubbles in there.
Smart. Love this.
So we're going to drill through this side. Once again.
Now, while she's drilling through that, I just want to let you all know we just released the You're In For a Treat post over on Facebook, pinned it to the top. If you're a Makers Gonna Learn member, Coffee's on Us, quantities are limited. So if you want a coffee on us, grab the barcode, let your barista scan it. We ask that it's only one item per member, and we'll try to refill it a few times today. We're super excited. So thank you guys for being members here. We love it. If you're not a member, you have 2 options to join us. If you're like, I want the lowest and best price, go yearly today. You get a ticket to our Year Member Summit, which is coming up October 1st. If you are like, I'm not sure if I want to commit that much, you can join for half off this month only. $9.99 for your first month. You can get in the Facebook group and get a coffee as well. So hurry and grab that. We love it. Woohoo!
I'm wanting to see. Oh yeah, I think that'll be fine. That's gonna be good. I was just afraid that it might be too small, but I think we're gonna be good. Next thing you're going to do. So we have started I already have some glycerin and water mixed here in this thing. So I'm going to use what I have first. Now what I did is I just took this bottle, I filled it up so you can kind of eyeball. You know, me and Alicia are queens of eyeballing. We're just gonna break it up. So I filled it about 1/3 of the way full of glycerin and the rest filled with water. And this is how much I used. Let's go to the front camera. So I used about a half of this bottle, probably a little more than half of this bottle for 1 cup. So for each bottle, you should be able to possibly fill 2 cups with this.
How neat.
So I love that. We are going to first add in.
Kathy is so glad that you actually are able to share the bit size. It's the first time she's heard anyone actually tell her what bit size to use. So thank you, Lauren.
Well, I'm here for it.
Look at
So
this.
we're gonna put a little bit of water in the bottom first. Now what this does is this prevents this glitter from getting clogged down here.
Oh.
What happens is it kind of starts floating around down here. If you don't put your water glycerin mixture first, the glitter is going to stay down here, and it's hard for that mixture to get in between all the glitters.
Wow.
So that's why we like to put the water in first.
Okay, now Megan's throwing you a curveball.
Distilled water or regular tap water. Listen, I grabbed a bottle of water out of the pack that we have. I think it's just spring water. So this is a spring water mixture. I don't think that, I don't think it matters.
Right.
I just think if you just having some water, I think tap water will be fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, another little trick. Where is I forgot to stick my duct tape in there.
Oh.
It's okay. We are going to.
You need duct tape?
I think we can use the packing tape. We'll be fine.
Okay.
So here is my next, wherever I put it. Lord help, I can't see. So here is my next trick for you guys. When it comes to filling glitter, you all know that it can be a pain.
Yes.
And get very messy.
What's the secret?
The secret sauce to this is we are going to take this tape, we're going to cut it.
I got to see you and Courtney developing the secret.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And we are going to take our tape, we're gonna wrap it with the sticky side on the outside. If you put the sticky side on the inside, your glitter's just gonna get stuck. So we're gonna take our tape and we're going to wrap it around the outside of our cup so that we create a wall on the outside.
It looks a little crazy.
It does look a little cray-cray.
Looks a little like, what is she doing?
What is this crazy woman doing? Okay, let's go overhead. Do y'all see my little wall of tape? Now what you're going to do, mix this up once more.
Oh my gosh, these colors. Guys, are you all not huge fan of these colors?
Let's get this little guy.
Are you not dying over the colors?
We're just gonna fill up the top.
Woohoo!
Just a little bit. And then y'all, we're just gonna start
Love
tapping.
it. Lauren, they're so focused. They're not commenting because they're watching this technique. Everyone has their eyes peeled in this project. How long does a project usually take you when you're making either a snow globe tumbler or a regular tumbler? So, Lauren, how long would you say this would take start to finish?
Start to finish, is this with or without the whipped cream?
Let's say without the whipped cream.
Without the whipped cream, 30 minutes.
Wow. So this is really, I mean,
Not
once you
very
get your
long.
process down, it's going to be really, really good.
And honestly, you could do it less than that too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is incredible.
We're going to actually take this drill bit and we're going to start pushing it down in here. This is the smaller drill bit. I'm just going to start moving it. So
Patty says we are paying attention.
So you can take a toothpick. I just have this drill bit handy. I'm just gonna start moving this around, and I'm gonna put some on the other side too, because I don't want it all to go in one side and just completely clump up on that side. So it takes a minute. Let's see. Stacy says every time I make a snow globe tumbler, it leaks from the top. Huh.
Wonder what kind of cup you're using, Stacy.
I don't know. That's another thing. Once you make these, do not put them in the dishwasher. Because, once again, we've said it once, we'll say it again, handmade equals
yes, hand wash.
hand wash.
Woohoo.
Okay, so
Kathy
if
is like,
I was
I'm
making
watching
this
it
again,
so close.
or if I was making another one, I must have grabbed the wrong drill bit. I may have Alicia or somebody bring in the drill bits and tell you another size, because I think this 11/64, it's a good size to put your glycerin and stuff in, and if you have time, it leaves less room for error, I guess, with hitting that second wall, but it is a little more time consuming with pushing this glitter through. So just keep that in mind. The bigger drill bit you use, the easier the glitter will go through it. However, you do take more of a risk of hitting that second wall. I think the 11/64 is probably a good bet. If you're scared, just make sure you have, I mean, it's gonna take some time pushing this glitter through. Let's see, would it be easier without the chunky glitter? So, Margaret, if you were here at the beginning, remember I said the reason we're using the chunky glitter is because if we don't use the chunky glitter, what's gonna happen is that fine glitter is going to just clump up, and what it's gonna do is it's not going to flow as easy, and it's not going to look as pretty. Janet missed what Tanner said was available to members today. If you go check out our Facebook page, there is a Starbucks gift card for our members to go buy themselves a coffee or a treat.
Yay. Yeah, we're asking members to only use it once. I'm gonna keep a monitor on it and try to double check and make sure that, you know, we keep it loaded up for today. So, but it is until it runs out. So just keep a check on it. We've loaded quite a few $100s on there, so enjoy. We're super, super excited. So Kathy says, why do you put the hole near the edge?
Why do you put the hole near the edge? That is a great question. So the reason we put the hole near the edge is because if you put it in the center, what's going to happen is that glitter is just going to sit there on the top. It's not going to move around the sides. Us putting it on the sides allows the glitter to go down the side walls of this cup. You don't want it stuck right there on top. And if you missed it, we did drill 2 holes, one on each side, so that way when we add our water and glycerin mixture, then well, if I can get in there, when we add the water glycerin mixture, it pushes the air out on this side so that we don't get bubbles. If you can see, let me try to hold it to the side. You can see we don't have any bubbles here. It allows the air to flow through this side while the water comes through this other side. Just like the arrow, it's science.
That's incredible.
And then, after we did our first round of glitter, you all can see nothing is getting stuck. So we're just gonna mix this around. And really, you can use as little or as much glitter as you'd like. This is going to be personal preference. So now we're going to mix this again. And we're going to add some more. And I actually think I'm gonna add a little bit more orange with this one. So I'm just gonna come in here and add some more orange on the top of this. And that's the beauty with this project, is you can do it literally however you want.
I'm seeing people joining the membership, getting into that Facebook group so they can get their coupon. If you go over, I'm literally refreshing and approving anyone that's a member into the member-only group as they have their membership. So yay, congratulations, friends. We love it. If you joined 2 weeks ago, you just simply go to the Facebook group. Join the group. Once you're in there, you'll see the coupon, so you'll be able to have it scanned. Yay! Oh my gosh, this tumbler is so good. I mean, you guys are gonna love it. This is the hardest part, like the Cricut part for today's project. Super easy.
I mean, a breeze.
A breeze. And then to literally, Lauren is gonna show you how to put icing on the cake on top of your project
now
today.
Let me just go ahead and say, this icing on the cake is something that's going to take a couple days. And the reason being is because this has to dry. So just keep that in mind if you are wanting to make them made possibly to sell. I would suggest you batch your whipped cream all in one, like do it, and it's just know that production is going to take a little longer. Like it's not going to be a one-day thing. It's going to take a couple days.
So look at you.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now we're going to add more of our water glycerin mixture.
Look at this. I like how you're doing. So if you all are just tuning in, she recommends the water glycerin base first, just a little, to help with your glitter. And then you just kind of go back and forth. Add the glitter, add the glycerin, back and forth.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. Look
and
at
then,
that.
let's see. Let's put some on this side because I think this is where most of our glitter went. And that's one thing, just keep in mind, see where your glitter went so that it doesn't get so chunky. And then I don't want to like turn it upside down completely just yet because it will fall out the bottom. Just keep that in mind.
Love it.
I think we've got a pretty good base of chunky. I'm gonna add some more. I think I was a little light-handed on this fine glitter today. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more right here. As you all can see, that fine glitter just goes right in there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But see, this is what I was talking about, it getting, you see right here, this is why we don't just use fine glitter. Like I've got enough chunky in there that it's going to disperse, but this is why we don't use just fine glitter, okay?
Love it.
So we're gonna put this in here, break it up, and then we're gonna mix it.
Woohoo! Look at that.
See, so if that does that, just use the heel of your hand and bust that up, but that's why we like to use it.
Really kind of helps too.
Yeah. So let's see, oh no, I lost my walls. We're gonna put our walls back on. Actually, while our walls are off, let's make sure, let's check this. I'm gonna put my fingers over top of here and we're gonna see what we think. I still think we need some more glitter. I don't know. Maybe. What do y'all think? More glitter? I think we can always use more glitter.
Yeah, always could use more. I mean, the finished product has so much in it. It looks so good.
Okay, so we're building our wall again. Building our tape wall. I don't know what this tape wall is going to say. I might have to do a new tape wall. This is another thing. If you all are doing this, it's going to get messy.
Yes, get your space
prepared.
ready.
Be prepared for the mess. Let's see. This is the one thing that packing tape
is magical.
It is, but when I'm using it for this, like it's hard to see and let's see.
Oh my goodness. So we have Diane. She said, I wasn't going to buy resin, but now you forced me. Guys, this is a great reason to try out UV resin.
Oh yeah.
Because this is a practical project. You are opening up, this double-walled tumbler. You're adding in something and making it something so new, and then you're going to use this UV resin to kind of seal it up very quickly. Like Lauren, 30, 45 minutes, and you're going to have an amazing double-walled glitter tumbler.
Yes, which is actually something I just realized. We've been using UV resin so much.
We love it.
We've been passing it around. It's currently not in here.
Oh, let me go grab it.
Thank you. Because we will be using that here in just a second. Okay, y'all. This is, once again, I apologize. This is the longest portion of this project, is getting this glitter in here. It's my favorite, but it does take a minute. I've been wanting to do this, but I'm so nervous about messing up. Kathy, do not be nervous. I promise you, because once you do it the very first time, you're gonna be absolutely hooked with this. My first snow globe tumbler was the one that you see on our thumbnail. So don't fret. messing up is part of crafting, but I really don't think this is, in my opinion, a pretty foolproof craft. The only thing is using that drill. If you're not comfortable with a drill,
have a friend help you out with it. Like this, I mean, you also got to see Lauren do that process just a few moments ago, and it really isn't that challenging. Like, if you've never worked with a drill, maybe do some, you know, just drill some on a spare piece of wood or something, just to get comfortable with it before you head to the tumbler. But once you do this project, it'll kind of set you up to do other projects. And you guys know, having the power of a drill and things like that is kind of a great skill to have. So I think you all are gonna love it.
Oh, that's working.
How much would you sell this tumbler for? Oh my goodness, I personally, I think this could be kind of more of a higher end tumbler. I mean, this is definitely for someone that celebrates and loves the season. This is not a $20 tumbler for me.
No.
This would be probably closer to $35 tumbler for me, and things like that. So this is definitely for the people that truly appreciate the season.
Okay, here we go.
Yay!
Using the heel of your hand to move this glitter around is very important.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna make sure that our glitter falls and it's not stuck.
Yes.
Okay, I think we are ready to fill the rest up and then add our resin.
Woohoo!
Yay! So what we're gonna do now, we are going to wipe the top of our, where are our, there they are. They normally sit up here. We're just gonna wipe the top of our cup off.
Kathy, you can totally make this project. No need to be nervous whatsoever. You will love doing this. Nice and slow. We feel comfortable enough to do it as a live stream. So any project you see that we do as a live stream, it means that we know you're capable of it. There's not many things that can go wrong. It is something, I mean, that we just did live. So you can't tell me that you couldn't do it because you can't, right? Like, you're go rock it. So Lauren's adding in her last little bit of glycerin.
So now you're gonna add the water glycerin mixture all the way to the top.
There are, okay, Joanne, we have other cups that we actually love. Any double wall cup will work. We have the kids, some smaller ones, and that was what we tested on and kind of developed our process. Courtney did. She did a live stream from the Christmas time. And I loved it because it has a really big area at the bottom to kind of allow you to fill in.
Yes.
So there are different sizes. Just look at the double wall tumblers.
Yes, so the ones that she used was actually, they were double walled like wine glasses.
Yes.
They have a lot more area at the bottom that you can work with. So what I have done is I have added, and there's a little bubble right here of air. So I'm gonna try to move that, oops. I'm spilling out the side. I'm just gonna move that bubble over this way and I'm gonna fill up this edge. And it's gonna pop out the other side. Okay, so we're good. We've got enough in there right now. You are now just going to make sure that this is wiped off.
Love it.
We are going to take our UV resin. This is the J Diction is our favorite. We absolutely love it. So what I'm gonna do first with this tumbler specifically, there is a little bit of an indentation here at the bottom. I'm going to fill that up with UV resin. But first, before we fill it up, we are going to take our clear packing tape. We are going to cut a couple pieces off. So we've got our clear packing tape. We're gonna take a very small piece, just enough to cover up the holes, and we are going to cover up this side of the cup with that clear packing tape. We're gonna make sure it fits down very nice and tight.
Okay, so can you just recap for everyone what you just did?
I'm taking the clear packing tape, cutting a small piece of it. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
And I'm taking this tape and I'm covering this hole with that clear packing tape.
Okay.
So what that's gonna do is that's going to seal in that moisture, so the water and glycerin mixture, so that when I add my UV resin doesn't fall down into the cup. That is why we're doing that. It's not, it's basically just to keep a barrier for our UV resin to not go down into the cup.
Oh.
That's what that is for. So now that I've got that added, I'm going to get some gloves. I almost forgot my gloves, y'all. That would have been...
We have stocked gloves now in the studio because we need them so much. I love it.
Okay, so I'm going to take the UV resin first, and I'm going to add it to the center portion of this cup.
Now, we get questions about UV resin all the time. Does it have an odor? Not really.
No.
It's very low odor, very interesting. I highly recommend. UV resin is a one-part solution, so there's no mixing.
Right.
You get it in this bottle. I love the bottle that we have right now because look, she's able to make sure she's not wasting any whatsoever. Then you either take it outside, like it's a very sunny day, we could sit it outside, but we have the UV light too. So I do recommend if you're going UV resin today to invest in a UV light, wouldn't you say, Lauren?
I would, and I would try to get a pretty high wattage of a light. The nail lights are perfect for UV resin. So if any of our friends out there gets gel polish on your nails, you know you have to cure your nails under a UV light.
Yep.
You can buy those UV lights on Amazon, and those are great for UV resin. So what I'm doing now is I just did the inner portion of the bottom of the cup because, like I said, there's a dip in the cup, and you don't want to get the UV resin very thick. You want to cure it in thin layers. So I'm curing this first layer to make the bottom of the cup even all the way across first, and then we're gonna seal the whole bottom.
Okay, so we have Kirsten saying, I feel so hesitant the packing tape would not be enough. Kirsten, it's not enough. If we were just putting packing tape on this, it would not be enough. What's happening here is the resin is the secret sauce. So you're getting the secret sauce of using the resin with the packing tape for support.
Yeah.
Is it already
it's
sealed?
Cured. It's so now we have an even surface all the way across. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in, we're gonna make sure I see where my holes are, and just because I don't necessarily want to put it just where the packing tape is, I really want to get a super good seal on this. I'm actually gonna put it all over the bottom of the cup, and then what you can do is you can come in here with your gloved hand and kind of move it around to make sure it is even all the way across.
Yeah. Now, Kathy, if you're wanting to cure your resin project through like sheer blind or sheer curtains inside, I don't think it'll necessarily cure near as fast as if you put it outside in direct sunlight. Like the direct sunlight is the secret here. So make sure I mean, technically you could cure it on a cloudy day too. It would just take a lot longer. Yeah. The sunny days is where you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, that was really fast. We have cured things with UV resin, especially at boot camp. What project was it at boot camp?
The
was it
the dish soap tumbler?
Our dish soap tumbler. We cured that using sunlight on the live stream. So you guys know we're talking the talk, walking the walk, day in, day out, which we love.
So I'm just coming in here, making sure my edges look really good. The good part about this is if you do have some spillage over the sides, you can actually just take a little, like a sanding block, a very fine grit sanding block, and even that out. So now we're just gonna cure the bottom. Again, Kristen says, so the tape is better than the plugs, so you don't get any.
I wouldn't say one's better than the other. I love the low profile of
I do love the low profile of the tape. I have not personally used any plugs. I have only used tape.
We've had great results with the tape, and we wash those bad boys.
Not only do you all wash those, Tanner and Courtney, I'm gonna tell you all.
Oh, I'm scared.
You all put. I've seen you put Skylar or the kids in the dishwasher.
Are we not supposed to?
No, handmade is hand wash.
Well, honey.
And they still are great, but I still wouldn't do it.
I put them in the dishwasher, and they've been dishwashed. Oh my gosh! I mean,
and they're still good.
And the kids drop them. I mean, listen, that packing tape has treated me well, and we are almost at 12 months. We're almost at 12 months of use.
it's pretty cured already. I'm gonna actually have you sit this outside while I work on.
Okay. Woohoo.
Hold on just a second.
I love this. So while we're chatting, guys, we do have today a few $100s loaded up on a gift card for our Makers Learn members. This is to celebrate pumpkin spice season. It is coming really soon. We think it's gonna be next Tuesday. This is gonna get you hyped. So get a coffee on us today. It'll be so fun. The coupon code is still able to work. So you all will be able to go over and use it. It's loaded up. It's waiting for you. And we're super, super excited. Sherry, I use Starbucks all the time, and they have never asked me for a pin in the coupon, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you're having issues.
So if you'll set that outside,
of course.
We will, like I said, y'all, this is a process. We do have a mess. Be prepared to have glitter on you for about a week. Just part of it. So what we're gonna do now, I'm kind of gonna clean up my area a little bit.
Because you're getting ready for part 2 of the project.
Part 2 of our project is our design space portion.
Now, how would you say this UV resin self-levels? That was a great question we had.
So I like to, it does, as far as self-leveling, let's talk about this, because I do like this question. It does not self-level as well as casting resin. Because the UV resin cures so fast. So you have to be very careful.
You have to kind of have it ready.
You have to, not only do you have to have it ready, but if you don't want it to cure super fast, I have had it cure, which we have a very well-lit craft area, and it actually cured on me just through the sun, through the windows. It didn't fully cure, but it started curing on me before I could get it leveled. So I would suggest, if you're trying to get it perfectly level, do it away from a window. It ends up self-leveling pretty good.
Yeah. It's just not as well as the casting.
Right.
That's what you want to be aware of.
But I like the UV resin better than casting. I used to be a casting resin, nothing else.
Well, casting resin, it has room for mistakes because you can fix air bubbles.
Yes.
It's a longer process, so it gives you working time.
Yes.
Which I do appreciate. But I will say, for someone that's used casting resin for a long time, when it takes a long time to cure, it allows time for more air, which could be, I've had dust particles get into a finished project that was sitting overnight. Did not appreciate that.
No.
So everything's pro and cons. Everything's pro and cons.
So Tanner actually brought our drill kit in here, and I'm going to give you all the, I think this was the one.
So we are having some questions about the Starbucks gift card and a pin and things like that. If you are trying to add that gift card to your own account, that is when you need the pin. You need to actually utilize this. What you would do is go to Starbucks in the drive-thru, in line, and once you're there, you just show them the photo and ask them to scan it. So I would literally go up, Lauren, and say, hey, I want a venti cold brew.
Yes.
And then you just say, hey, scan this barcode. They scan it.
Just like when you scan your rewards.
So I think some people are trying to add this to their app.
Oh, yeah.
So you cannot add this to your app. That would be not fair for everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. So the drill bit that I did use today was the 11/64. I think it's a good size to start out with, but no, like you saw, it took us a while to get that glitter in there. If I was doing it again, and I think this might be, because I get my drill bits, they're all together just randomly floating around. I would probably use the 15/64. Is the one that I would use. It's a little bigger of a hole, but it's still not so large that you take a chance of hitting that second wall inside the tumbler.
Right.
So 15/64 is what I would use to drill that hole if I were doing it again. So now let's hop over. We're gonna grab our mouse. We're gonna hop over into Design Space, and I'm gonna show you guys how we are going to design our Pumpkin Spice Girl. let's see. This computer likes to be very slow. So does anybody have any questions so far?
Oh my goodness, let us know all your questions. We're super, super excited. Guys, if you are not already a member, we have 2 amazing promotions right now. You can become a year member, use the coupon code FLASH30 for $30 off, or you can join monthly, half off that first month membership. Are you team pumpkin spice latte or pumpkin cream cold brew?
Ooh, I'm a cold brew girl though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We love cold brew here.
I'm definitely a cold brew. So actually I can already go ahead and tell you, I know that Spice Girls is Groovy Moves.
Love Groovy Moves.
It's Groovy Moves.
Love Groovy Moves.
So for those of you all who want to grab this is already a cut file, but I can show you guys how I added pumpkin over Spice Girls. And as you can see, I actually ended up taking the word girl and spacing out the letters a little more than I did spice. That way it fit within there, but we'll just go ahead. We'll add us a text. We're gonna come up here because I know Groovy Moves is on here. Now, just in case you all didn't know, with the new system, the new update, you have to go to System Fonts to find your Maker's Gonna Learn fonts.
Love it.
So we're just gonna type in Groovy Moves, Groovy, and then I'm going to add spice and then girl underneath here. So as you can see, this does not look like this right now. What you can do is we're going to take this, we're going to go to Advanced, Ungroup to Lines, so that gives spice and girl separate. We're then going to select the word girl, and we're going to give it some more letter spacing. So we're going to stretch that out because I want this closer to the word spice. But if you see, if I didn't space that out, it's going to hit that P. So that's why I spaced that out. So we're going to go up to letter spacing some more, space it out just a hair more, and this is going to be really a personal preference, how far you want it apart, how close you want the word Spice Girl. So you can see that's pretty close to where I had that. Now, the word pumpkin, I welded that, and I cannot remember what font I used, but guess what? We can use any font we want. We're just gonna grab us a cursive font. We're gonna go to System Fonts, and we are going to, look, Addie Kate looks pretty good. Let's work with Addie Kate. So this is not the exact font that I used, but I'm gonna show you how I added the pumpkin and it goes through the word spice. So we're just going to type pumpkin.
Look at this.
We're going to size this down.
Now, what font is that?
That's Addie Kate.
Wow.
That's not the font that I used there.
I love both of them though.
But we are going to size this down so that it sits over spice. Now let's change the color so you can see how it sits over spice. You can see when we'll zoom in. Let's zoom in.
Now guys, when you join Makers and Learn, you're going to get access to all of our fonts. We have almost, I think we're right at 1,000 fonts with new ones coming out every month. You get over 1,000 cut files every month. Access to that Facebook group where we have the Starbucks gift card today and a bunch of training for your Cricut and crafting.
Love it. So what we're gonna do now to get, if you can see, there is space between the eye, the dot of the eye, and the pumpkin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the word pumpkin, and I'm going to create an offset on this. So it always pops up 0.25 offset. That's completely too big for what we're wanting. You can use this bar to size up and down. I think it's more precise if you use the, if you just type in the numbers. So we're actually gonna do let's start with a 0.04 and see where we're at. So that's a little small. Let's go to a 0.05, see what that looks like. I like that better. So we're going to apply that offset. Now you can see, we're going to zoom in even more so you guys can see it a lot better. You can see that that offset runs through that eye. What we're going to do, I'm going to pull it up just a little bit so it doesn't touch the S. We're going to pull it up just a little bit so it doesn't touch the S. what we are now going to do, I'm going to select the text offset that I put on pumpkin.
Right.
And then I'm going to select the word spice. Okay?
This is like advanced Cricut training, y'all.
So we have our 2 layers selected. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slice that. So it looks like pumpkin and it went away. Don't worry. Now I'm going to take that offset away. I'm going to take this slice result away and that one. And boom, look at that.
Everyone is complimenting your amazing training, Lauren. They are loving it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this. It is so good.
Absolutely. And what I love about this is it doesn't have, I mean, you can do this with so many different things. It really gives, I just love the look that it gives.
I love it.
So now, so we can add our offset to the whole thing, I'm going to select all of this because this is where I want it to be. And I'm going to, you can weld it or you can attach it for right now. I would go ahead, let's go ahead and weld it together. So that is going to make it all one color. So we're going to select it. I'm going to change it back over to this orange, beautiful orange color. And then I'm going to add an offset on the whole thing. Now remember, I had the 0.05 offset before, so we're going to up that offset. We're going to try 0.15 and see what that looks like.
Ooh.
Now, here is where you want to make sure that your outside edges or you don't have to. I thought it looked better where my outside edges connected. So the 1.5, the R and the L offset doesn't touch here, and this doesn't touch right here. So I'm gonna go up to a 0.18. We'll see what that looks like. Still needs just a little bit more. Let's go to 0.2. Boom. Now they're all, oh no, they're not. See this down here is still, it gets me every time. Let's go to 0.21. Now it's touching, okay? This on the inside doesn't matter. We just need this whole outside connected. So now we're going to apply that. Then we're going to have our weld result selected. We're going to hit contour, and then we're going to hide all contours so that it is one perfect layer on the inside.
You just got to see that sticker designed like
Yes.
no other. But Lauren, let's say that I already want the pumpkin spice girl. I know like this design is perfect. I want this exact one. How do I get that?
If you want this exact one, you don't want to go through designing, what you're going to do, you're going to hop over to makersgonnalearn.com. You're going to click on the cut files, and then I will show you where this is at. We're going to search pumpkin spice.
So we have it the best of both worlds. You just got to see how you could design your very own, or you can grab the cut file that will be automatically designed for you. Oh, and there it is.
Pumpkin spice
Yay.
girl. Boom. It's already done for you. This
Download
is just,
it
if
and
you
rock
don't
it.
like this font and you want to use a different font, I wanted to make sure you guys knew that you can.
Yes, and look at the website. We're not signed in right now, so you can browse all the cut files without even being a member. So if you're on the fence, I just want to encourage you, go over there, check out the cut files, check out the fonts, and get ready to know all the things you get access to as soon as you say yes. So we'd love to have you as a member. It's so good.
Absolutely.
I love all the detailed informations for this training. Y'all, this should be like a $27 master class, right? Like there's like 3 different projects going on today.
We really
it's so
are,
good.
and y'all, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm trying to hurry. I'm trying, I promise. So we have our Maker 3. We are going to select Make It. I'm going to kick the drill over real quick, and I'm going to grab a mat. So once we click Make It, I'm going to start out with my gold layer. So this is going to be my base layer. I'm going to stick it down, burnish it down onto our mat. Now, I will say this gold I am obsessed with.
I love it. Now, where'd you get that?
It has a leaf pattern on it. I'm wanting to say that this is from 143, and I'm pretty sure it's linked. Actually, I know it's linked.
Love it.
It is their textured, it's under their textured vinyl. So you can find that at 143.
It's linked down below.
It's linked down below. We love us some 143. And I'm trying to, you know what, we'll just do it this way. I realize that I have something on my hands and it's smearing on this, but it's okay. So now we are going to click Continue. We are connected. Should be. There we go. This is just going to, we're just going to cut this on a premium vinyl. Not a big deal. We're going to do default pressure. We're going to load this into our mat, and then we're going to let this cut. Now, while that is starting to cut, I'm going to grab my Cricut mini press, because did you all forget that we are actually going to be putting heat transfer vinyl on permanent?
Yes.
It's one of those things, like, there's so many levels to this project that I keep forgetting what we're doing. So I'm going to put my mini press on a heat setting of 2. We're gonna let that heat up while this cuts. And I'm going to move my cup before it knocks it off. I just now realized that. So our Cricut is cutting our material. Now let's go, while that's cutting, let's talk about our whipped cream real quick.
Ooh, let's see that on the overhead. Let's get it. I mean, this looks like real whipped cream. Like, you need to eat it before it's going to melt.
Yes. So let's talk about our whipped cream. I love, love, love this. And it is definitely a just a little decorative something that you can put on top of your cups. Like I said earlier, we actually attached our whipped cream with the UV resin to this other cup. Just know that, you know, this is not something you can put in your dishwasher. This is literally for decorative purposes only. But if you don't feel comfortable putting this or attaching this to your cup, I have made one already, and y'all, you can just take it on and off and just set it on the top for decorative purposes.
Love
and then
it.
take it off when you're ready to use the cups.
Yeah.
So we're gonna show you how to do that. Now that this is cut, we're going to take our HTV, and we're actually, jump over to share screen. One thing you wanna make sure, so we didn't mirror this on our canvas before we put it on there. You don't want to mirror your permanent vinyl, so your base layer you're not going to mirror, but you're gonna make sure you come in here and edit this and mirror this one, because we are cutting it with HTV. So now that we've got that, we are going to do the everyday iron-on setting, and then we are going to put our HTV onto
Now,
our
the main
mat.
reason we're using HTV instead of permanent vinyl today is because we didn't have the shade of permanent vinyl that Lauren wanted for today's project. So you're going to get to see how easy it is to kind of mix some HTV with this permanent gold, gold.
Permanent vinyl.
Yeah, gold permanent vinyl, which is like textured. It's kind of like fabric-y. You're going to get to see how the heat transfer vinyl adheres to it. It actually is going to turn out great. It's going to feel really good. As you can see, this is, if you're selling these, this is a pretty big investment time-wise. So you're going to see that there's a lot of supplies and things. So again, it's over, this is not a $20 tumbler. This is going to definitely be, you know, upwards of double that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Things like that.
So another thing that I love, we didn't have the right color, but I also love the feel of the HTV on top of permanent. And this would be great just to sell as stickers too.
Oh my gosh, would that not
because
be an amazing
it's like
sticker?
you can't feel it. And I love that about it. I love that once we get the HTV on there, like, you're not gonna be able to feel the difference. Can't find the Starbucks coupon on the Facebook page.
So just head over. It's not on the Facebook page. You got to be in our member group. So there's a difference between the page and the group. So head over to the group. It is over there for you, my friends. You can see it. Sue, you know what? Let me see if I can tag you.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can tag you, Sue.
Okay, one other thing that we need to talk about. This is a lot.
I just tagged you, Miss Sue.
This is the extra. Let's go overhead. I did make some polymer clay sprinkles, y'all.
Lauren loves sprinkles, and Lauren loves
glitter.
Faux whipped cream.
So this is, we're not gonna go into extreme detail on how to make these. I linked the polymer clay down below. All you have to do is roll your polymer clay out into a very thin, as you can see, it was a very, very thin piece, kind of like you snake it out. You're going to bake that clay at 215 degrees for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, and then once that's done, all you do is you take it and you just break it. You pop it and make little sprinkles.
Yeah.
Super easy. But we're not gonna go into a lot of detail for that because we really don't have time. So now that that HTV is cut, I'm going to grab my scissors and we're gonna weed this.
And this is super quick. It doesn't take long at all. We love weeding HTV too because it's really, really good. Oh, yay, Sue, you got your tag. Woohoo! I love it.
So now I'm just gonna come in here.
Could you use real sprinkles? Megan, you probably could because we talk about...
If it's just for decorative use.
Yeah, you probably could. The polymer clay is like probably the longest lasting, best looking, right? Like it's the best. And just to make sure. So it's up to you. That would be more personal preference.
Yeah, once again, this whipped cream, it is literally if you just want to be a little extra. It is going to be for decorative use only, so it's not like anything is going to go in a mouth. So if you wanted to use real sprinkles, I say go for it if you don't have any polymer clay laying around. Let's see, we're gonna get this weeded out. Does anybody have any questions?
We have Cheryl. Yeah, head over to the Facebook group today. Members are getting Starbucks on Us to celebrate. Pumpkin spice season hasn't started at Starbucks yet. We thought it might today, so that'll be next week, but we're just celebrating early. Get something good.
Yeah.
And yes, Susan says the whipped cream makes the whole project. Exactly.
It does. It's like my favorite.
Kirsten loves You're So Extra with your polymer clay sprinkles, right? It's so good.
Okay, so we have our pumpkin spice girl weeded out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this on my offset.
Oh. I like using HTV too because you have time to move it around, make sure it's perfectly centered.
Yes.
So awesome.
Mini EasyPress on a heat setting of 2, and then we're just gonna press it on there.
So Ty's wondering what the whipped cream is made out of.
The whipped cream, if you'll give me just a second, I will show you.
And the coupon for the coffee is while supplies last. So what happens is we load up a Starbucks gift card, a few $100s, say thank you to the members.
Y'all.
You use it, and when when it runs out, it runs out. I'll try to reload it probably like 1 more time or 2 times today.
Are y'all seeing this?
Ooh!
What?
Love it.
Love it. So Ty asked what the whipped cream is made out of. The whipped cream is made out of the DAP Fast and Final Lightweight Spackling.
Love it.
It's my favorite when it comes to like the faux whipped cream. You can use this for so many different things though, especially crafting. This is a very good thing to have on hand. You may not use it all the time, but it's still very good to have on hand for crafting.
Yeah.
Love it for crafting. So if you want to grab that cup.
Yeah, oh, I forgot our cups outside. We're letting that resin cure it.
We are letting that resin cure.
The sun cure
and we're going to talk about the whipped cream real quick. So we'll go to 1. As you can see, I already have some of these whips, the smaller ones already made. Now the reason that I have, wow, I'm obsessed. We'll show that in a minute.
So good.
The reason that I have the smaller ones pre-made is because if you see, this is a very large piece of that, a very large amount of the Fast and Final. If you make this all at one time, what's gonna happen is this middle is just going to fall down. It's not gonna dry, it's gonna fall down, and it's just gonna be a big old mess. So my suggestion is if you are wanting to make these, batch it. Do a lot at one time. As you can see, I've got like 3 or 4 more down in the bucket. So I made a lot of these at one time. And I'm gonna show you guys the technique. We're gonna start out with a popping bag.
Oh, snap.
Now, I have done a lot of cake decorating popping before. A lot of people like to use the pieces that screw on. You put your popping tip in there and screw it on. I just like putting mine through the bag. We're gonna see about how far down. Let's go over, are we overhead? Let's go overhead. So we're gonna see about how far down this tip can go where it would be secure. So we're gonna cut it about right there. So you do need to do this with each of your tips. So we're gonna cut it right under there. We're gonna take our scissors. We're gonna go ahead, cut the tip of this popping bag off. And then we are going to add in our popping tip.
Wow.
Push it down to the bottom.
I bet you all didn't think you were gonna learn some like cake decorating and
That's
some
right.
cupcake decorating.
And then we're just gonna pull it through right here until it's tight. And that way you don't have to have that piece that screws on.
Look at that.
Done. Ready to pop.
Ready to pop.
You
Whatever
can
you want.
also use a Ziploc bag. Whichever one you have there.
The Ziploc bag, you think, I mean, it's a little, like,
Ziploc
it's
bag
really
works
good.
great.
It's really good.
Ziploc bag works great. So, I have a piece of freezer paper here, as you can see. I have taken the lid of my cup and taken a pen and I've drawn around it so I know how large the cup lid
Smart.
is. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to fill our popping bag with our Fast and Final.
Now, do you need me to grab you something to scoop it in there with?
I've got a spoon right here.
Perfect.
I already grabbed that.
Woohoo.
So we're gonna take our little plastic spoon.
Now, does it use a lot of this stuff? Like, do you need a lot? Like, tell us what your thoughts are.
My thoughts are, I would fill this popping bag full, just because we're gonna start with the little whips. The popping bag full will probably make 4 to 5 of these little whips.
Okay.
And then from there, it'll take, to get to this amount, it'll take about where the max is. I'd say if you filled it a little bit above the max, that's how much it's gonna take to fill the rest of this.
Cool.
So now we're just gonna keep on filling this. Do we have any other questions while we're doing this?
So Kevin and Penny, if you want to get coffee on us while supplies last, you can do that in the member only group. Great day to join so you get that little perk. That's awesome. Suzanne's loving the project. People are saying they love using Ziploc, which is awesome. Can't wait to make these for fall, Halloween, and Christmas. Exactly.
Yes.
This
Y'all,
is a
these would
great
be
template.
Perfect for Christmas mugs.
Oh my goodness. Look at all of this spackle.
Yeah, and so it takes a little bit. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fill it up so I don't have to fill it up again.
Right.
So this seems pretty full, so I'm gonna start working this spackling down my popping bag.
Now, Lauren, I got a good question for you.
Okay.
We've had some friends say, are you using a foam ball? Let's talk about it. Do you need a foam ball at the base of this? Because I don't see one on the table.
There is not one on the base of this. Now, I have seen where people do use the foam ball, and if you are taking it on and off, that would be perfect. I'm not personally using one because when I first did this project, I thought that when I first did the project, I attached this to the cup lid. And then once I realized, hey, there might be some people that don't want this on their cup lid.
Yeah.
They may want to be able to take this on and off. So that's why I had already created the whips. So you can use the foam ball and just place it on, take it on and off the top of your cup. This is just a different way. Foam balls are great. What you would do is you would cut that foam ball in half, set it down, whip around it. This way, you have an option to set your straw through it if you want to, is the way that I'm showing you. So, see, the straw comes out. So to do the small whips, I'm just going to do one and I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you how to do the rest of it.
Love it.
We're going to start out, and I'll start here in this corner. For the small whips, I'm going to start with a circle around like this, and then we're going to bring it up and push it down. Up, push it down.
That's beautiful.
Up, and then push it back down.
Is this really the flick of the wrist, Lauren?
It's a lot of the flick of the wrist. Now you can stop right there if you want to. However, if you want to add the place through the middle of this, what I have done is I just have a paper straw, and all I'm going to do is come in here and add a hole right here.
Wow.
So that it can go on around. So I can stick the straw through there. So that opens that up, and then if you have an old straw, you can use an old straw to make it a little bigger. But what I just did is I just moved this around back and forth, and I swear I think these lights are melting this.
Oh, I bet so. I bet so.
Because it's kind of falling flat.
But it is kind of cool in this room too. So like the lights are probably the heating source.
Yeah, it's okay.
So you just want to be careful.
It's okay. So now, once this is dried, you're gonna let your first whip sit and dry for no less than 24 hours. That's why I say do like 4 or 5 of them at one time. Once those have dried, like this one has, we're placing it in the middle of the size of our cup.
Okay.
What we're gonna do now, we're going to, this is just, I'm gonna move my spackling down some more, and we're gonna twist as we go. We are going to come around here, and we're just gonna pop around. Now you can twist, you can do really cute little designs with this. I just like the basic star tip look. So literally all I'm doing is just around my center whip, trying my best to stay even with it to the top, and then push it up. And there you go.
How about it?
That is it. Now what you're gonna do while this is wet, if you want to add your sprinkles, you're gonna pop those bad boys in there. It's kind of hard. I really like to use, which I've taken them out, I had to use them this morning. I really like to use my needle nose tweezers to kind of pick each individual piece up and place it where I want it, so I don't mess with the look of that star tip. I love using our tweezers. So you're just gonna add this around. I'm not gonna really go into a lot of detail. While it's still wet, if you wanna be extra, you can add your cinnamon, pumpkin spice, whatever. Yes, we're gonna add a little bit of cinnamon to it, make it look pretty.
I love it.
And then this is where this white glitter comes in.
Oh.
We're gonna sprinkle the top of this with white glitter, and I really think that it just makes this whipped cream pop.
So Kathy asked, I've seen that a few times, Kathy, sorry we haven't got to address it yet. Have you tried the glitter from Hobby Lobby? So I would say almost all glitter's made the same. What we love about StarCraft is the variety.
Yes.
If you've not seen the lineup of glitter from StarCraft, they're taking over the glitter world. Go check it out. It's linked down below, so you'll love it. But I think you'll rock. If you want Hobby Lobby glitter, use Hobby Lobby glitter. We were recommending Dollar Tree glitter.
I mean, listen, I found a pack of glitter that was almost identical to the StarCraft glitter. That's just if you're balling on a budget, you don't want to buy a big thing of orange because you know, like,
it takes up a lot of space.
It does. It really does. So, once this is done, you let this sit for 24 hours. You can be done there. You have your whip. You can take it, which, by the way, guys, this is the cup that we made. Let's go overhead.
Y'all made that today.
We
How do you all
today.
feel? Guys, this is the exact one that you and Lauren
We didn't even put our sticker on it.
Not even.
Realized.
Not even.
Not even.
There's even more. Look at that. So you got this sticker. Oh, snap. Guys, look at it.
Boom.
Look at it.
Which here I am.
I love it.
I've got a little bit of a, we're gonna fix this.
Yeah, there's so many places that have glitter. Auntie Tay has been rocking glitter too. I mean, guys, glitter there's so many. Like,
there we go.
I love it.
Got it.
Woohoo!
And we made this today. So you can be done. Let's go to camera 1 if we're not there. You can be done here once it's dried. You can take your lid, place it on there just for decorations. We're not going to go into a ton of detail because it is 20 after 1. If you want to apply it to the top of your cup, all I did was I came in here, UV resin on the top, I set it on top of the UV resin, turned it over, and I cured it from the bottom.
Wow.
That's it. And then I came in and just added a little bit of UV resin around it and cured it, and then I was done.
Yeah, that was our idea. So to make this as permanent and sealed as possible, we thought, you know, obviously the UV resin to seal it, it's clear, so that resin is going to be the best glue for you. It's resin.
Let's come over here.
And then, you know, what you can do is for this, you know, the finished one is add the UV resin all over it. So this is permanent. I mean, you can touch this. You can, I mean, it's firm. It's really, this is your best bet. And I would say this one right here, it's for personal use.
Yeah, it's like personal use.
You're gonna take good care of her. Handmade is hand washed.
I actually wouldn't. What I would do if that was mine and I wanted to seal it, I probably wouldn't. I mean, you could probably hand wash it, but your main thing that's going to get dirty is the inside of your cup.
Yeah.
So I would just take it and wash the inside and not like wash this.
But also, let's say you just want to make this because it's amazing.
It's adorable.
It's adorable. And you can take this on and off. Now you can have your cup that you can wash. Your permanent glitter in your HTV can get, you know, hand washed wet.
Yes.
Like, it's totally fine.
Yes.
And you're gonna have great results. It's gonna be so fun. Look at this, guys. I mean, look at it. How amazing. Oh my goodness. What is everyone saying?
This has been a journey. I'm so thankful that you all
People are saying this should have been a member live. It was so good. Guys, it was so good.
I'm so thankful that you all stuck around with me. It has been a long one.
But so good.
Yeah,
We've talked about a lot.
It's
It's been fun. I mean, I love getting to see Lauren get to pull out some of her cake decorating tips for us because this is so fun, and each one's gonna be a little unique.
Yes, they're all gonna be unique. There's different flicks of the wrist that you can do.
Yeah.
You can do this with different piping tips if you want to. The star tip for this is just my favorite.
Yeah.
I just think it gives that true whipped cream look. But there's lots of so many different things you can do.
There's a lot of supplies here. We get that. It is all linked down below. Spoiler alert, if you're a Cricut crafter, you have a lot of these supplies, which is incredible. A lot of them are very affordable. I'm trying to think, your cup's probably your biggest investment?
Probably, yeah.
Like, I think that's your biggest investment. We've linked the secret sauce, guys, double-walled tumblers.
Yes.
This is the secret. After you've purchased your tumbler, I would say your UV resin would be your second most expensive investment.
It is, but y'all, you are
The gift that keeps giving.
It is. It is absolutely the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
I see so many people are like, I mean, there's UV resin is so versatile.
It is really good.
You can use it for so many different things. If you're a type of person, you know us here. We don't normally sell our projects.
Yeah.
It's not our thing.
Yeah.
But if that's your thing and you want to do a small layer of UV resin to seal a project,
I mean, I would buy it just because it's so cool, and
Yeah.
you can, you know, you could let them know as well. So this has been so fun. Love that as a non-member, I could pick up such great information. Kirsten, exactly, right? Like, this community is, we obviously love our membership, and we would love for everyone to be a member, but you can get so much value out of the show just by participating and showing up, and we are just so grateful that you are here with us and enjoy the channel, even as a non-member. But if you are considering membership today, again, today's a great day to join. You have 2 tracks you can go.
Yep.
You can go monthly for half off today. That ends at the end of the month. So go try out our membership for $9.99. Kirsten, $9.99. Download as many cut files and fonts as you want for that first month. I want to invite you to it. You get in that Facebook group today, which we are giving you free coffee. So
plus, I was about to say, like a
coffee on us.
The coffee that I get, because I get lots of shots of espresso,
It's close
it's
to
still like
$9.99.
$7.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I purchased my first month of membership and then got a coffee, it's my first month is paid for itself because it's just bought me a coffee.
That's true. And you get to download all the cut files, try out the Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and we just like giving back to you guys. So it's really, really fun. You can go yearly today. Use the coupon code FLASH30. What that will get you access to is a full 365-day crafting with the MGL team. Access to all our cut files, access to the fonts, our printables, the books, but you get a ticket to the Year Member Summit where we're going ham at Christmas.
Ham. When we say we're going ham, we're going hard for Member Summit
ham,
this year.
Turkey, chicken, you know,
all of the above.
all of it.
You're not doing any of
Let's
that
not talk
now.
about it. Let's not talk about it. But we are serving you guys in and out for the holiday season, October 1st. You have to be a year member to get that ticket to that virtual event day. So it is so fun. Everyone's loving it. Yay, Lauren, look, everybody loves your project.
This makes my heart happy because this has been a baby for me.
Yeah,
for a while.
she was a little nervous.
I have no lies because there was so much.
Yeah.
There's so much with this project. So yeah.
Okay, so let's talk I've got one last question and I'm going to address. Do you need to seal the vinyl? Guys,
No.
we used heat transfer vinyl on the orange onto the permanent. So that is heat transferred, sealed, you're good. And then your permanent vinyl, you know, it's just like a sticker. So I wouldn't seal this, I wouldn't spray this, I wouldn't paint this.
Nope.
It's never going to be permanent where you could never take it off. But the permanent adhesive, there's a term that vinyl is called now, and we haven't talked about it a lot, but it's like pressure activated vinyl because the adhesion happens with the
Yes.
pressure.
Yes.
It's a sticker. So yeah, no need to try to seal that. You will have a long lasting design. I have put vinyl through the dishwasher.
I mean, if you all have seen Tanner's emotional support water bottle that
Oh
he's
my
had for years,
gosh.
those stickers have been on there and through the ringer
Yeah.
and are still good.
Yeah, and even vinyl I've had on cups that Courtney made last year on a show. We still use those as the kids like almost daily, like around the kitchen island cup.
Yeah.
And they're obsessed with it. So and that's vinyl. So that is super fun. If you can't attend the year member only summit October 1st, every class is going to be recorded. So we'll be posting that on the website so you can still get in and watch later. So yay, guys, thank you so much. Grab your membership if you haven't already. Grab your coffee if you are a member. And get ready to make this amazing pumpkin spice cup for, we believe Tuesday is now the official
I'm
Starbucks
almost
day.
positive. Listen, I woke up this morning thinking, is today the day? Is today the day? This was like at 6:30, mind you. And so I started like researching and
you're
looking
like,
at blogs,
no.
and they're like, everybody was saying that Tuesday the 30th is
Yeah.
the day for the pumpkin spice release at
Yes.
Starbucks. Y'all, if you're a Dunkin' junkie though,
It's already out.
It's already out.
So go get it there.
Yep.
Go get your
The great
fall
debate,
fix.
Dunkin' or Starbucks.
It's not a debate. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Oh,
Thank you
goodness.
guys so much for hanging out with us today. We'll see you back here real soon on the Makers Can Learn channel. And until then, see you inside the membership. Bye,
Bye, guys.